Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Okay guys, so ignore the noise. Yeah, I'm outside, so that's why there's a little bit of noise, a lot of noise. Anyways, so today guys, I'm bringing you five tips on booking your wedding cake. So let's say your wedding is coming up and you're looking to book wedding cakes. These are five essential tips from a baker I think everybody should know before they book a wedding cake. So number one, and the most important, is you need to try it out first. And usually a lot of bakers offer a way for you to try out the cakes. Most times I'll advise you book a cake appointment. Some bakers charge you for consultation before they charge you for the cake. And if you don't have that much of a budget and you don't maybe want to book an appointment or anything like that, you can just buy a tasting box. Most bakers offer like a wedding tasting box where like they have like an array. Oh guys, I didn't introduce my babies. Okay, so these are cakes I just made. These are like dummy cakes. They're not real cakes. Like, they're just dummy cakes I made. This is like an old school, birthday kind of cake. This was what cakes used to look like when I was little. So this is like a regular wedding cake and stuff. Anyway, so we're talking about wedding cakes today. So put your eye on this one. Okay, so let's say you're booking a wedding cake, yeah, and you should first ask the baker, do you offer cake appointments or do you have a tasting box? Yeah, most people, if you want like maybe an elaborate cake, like really big, like you have the details you really want her to know and to do for you, you need to book a cake appointment, which means you guys need to sit together and talk about what you want and what your vision is for your cake. And if you don't really like, you want a nice cake and you already have a picture of it and you don't really want to make too much of a fuss, you can tell the baker to send you a wedding tasting box. Most bakers have like a wedding tasting box where like they have like 4, 5, 6, 7 different flavors and different fillings and also different frostings in one box, so you can taste it and be able to choose what you like and what you would like your cake to taste like. So make sure you try it out first. Don't just go blindly and say, okay, make me red velvet and then make it this way, because you might be disappointed at the end of the day. So that's number one. Number two is, I think I wrote it down. Oh yeah, important. Number two, yeah, when you try out these flavors, make sure when you're choosing, especially if maybe it's like 3 tiers, 4-tiered wedding cake, don't choose one flavor. Yeah, even if you really liked it, don't choose one flavor. Choose 2 or 3. Most times that's because now you have like 3 or 4 cakes. You don't just want to have one flavor. What if you ended up not liking it, or maybe it didn't come out how it came out initially, or I don't know, a lot of things go wrong when you're planning a wedding and stuff. So just 2 flavors or 3. That way you have a variety and your guests will have a variety as well. So if you don't like one, you get to say, oh, I don't like to eat this one, I'll eat this one. That way you can also like enjoy your wedding cake after the wedding, not just you bought a cake, oh, you don't like it, oh, now you can eat it, just to be safe. Okay, so number one is book an appointment first or get a cake tasting box. Number 2 is pick several flavors. Number 3 is be open-minded. Yeah, you're not a baker, and I know that a lot of people have like an image of what they want in their head, but it might not translate exactly like that in real life. So usually you should be able to speak with your baker and be able to come to an agreement on what it will look like based on the adjustments you will make to your ideas. I don't know if that makes sense. Let's say, for example, if someone comes to me and say, oh, they want a wedding cake and they want it to be buttercream, and their wedding is in the middle of summer, maybe in July, and it's going to be an outdoor wedding, I would be a bad baker if I told you, oh, okay, no problem, just pay this amount of money, I'll make it. Because I'll make the cake, I'll deliver it, but it's not going to last 3 hours in the sun before it starts to melt and embarrass you. So keep an open mind. Your baker might want to make a little changes to your ideas, and usually it will make the cake a lot better and like improve the experience for you in the long run. So remember to keep an open mind. So number 4 is, what's number 4? I wrote it down. Okay, number 4, that's the reason why I have this cake right here. It's a dummy cake. It doesn't have to cost a fortune. Your wedding cake does not have to cost a fortune, especially for people that live in like certain countries like America, Canada, Europe. Like, cakes can be quite expensive. Even in Nigeria, yeah, cakes can be quite expensive. So if you want to cut the cost and you want an elaborate cake and you want to cut the cost, you can have your baker make maybe the top 2 tiers will be dummy and the bottom tier would be cake. So now it will significantly reduce the cost of the cake for you. Let's say if you were going to spend $400 on this, maybe now you spend just $200 on the same cake, but this will be cake, but this too won't be cake. So that way you're saving even though you're getting what you want. I don't know if you get what I mean. Yeah, so that's one way to do that. And also you can decide you want the entire thing to be cake, and then you serve sheet cakes. Sheet cakes are basically like just, you know, regular flat cakes that can be sliced into like, I'll put a picture right here so you can see what the sheet cake is. So she can make this for you, and maybe if normally it will cost 400, she can make it for you for like $100. And then now you serve sheet cake, and sheet cakes will be cheap because you don't have to design and all of that. It's just for eating and stuff. So now you spend maybe about $200 for 100 for this and maybe 100 for sheet cake. Now your guests have cakes to eat, and at the same time you have a gorgeous cake to display. So it's a win-win for me if you don't have that much money. So the number 4 and the final, is it number 4 number 5, and the final one basically is have it delivered and set up. Yeah, I've had wedding cake customers. Yeah, they want to save money on, they've paid for the cake, but they want to save money on the setup, because of course if I'm going to leave my house and bring the cake to you and arrange it on a table and arrange it in such a way that it will look nice, of course I'm going to charge for delivery and setup. So most times they don't want to pay for delivery and setup, so they end up telling someone to come and pick it, or that's where shit starts to go wrong. You don't, even if you're paying $100 for a cake, you don't want to pay for a cake then at the end of the day the cake was useless to you, or you couldn't display it because it's already fell apart. So when you pay for the cake, while you're agreeing on price, make sure to talk about logistic, which is delivery and setup, because it is just as important as the taste and the design of your cake. You don't want to pay for a cake like this and then when it gets to you like it has fallen apart. That's ridiculous and you don't want that. Okay, so these are my 5 favorite tips. Yeah, if you remember anyone I didn't say, please leave it in the comment section below so people can benefit from it as well. So thank you for always watching my videos. Can you guys believe this is a dummy cake? They are dummy cakes and they're so pretty. Okay guys, thank you so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.